When people's lives are changed by Alzheimer's, a brain injury, chronic disease or disability, or simply the isolating effects of aging, care options are often institutional. Full Life offers a more humane and cost-effective option, community-based long-term care.
Essentially, our ambition is to make it possible for anybody who wants to live independently in their own home for as long as they want to be able to do that by providing services like home care, adult day health, our mental health and service coordination programs are all designed to make it possible that somebody can live in their own home and not live in an institution.
Often in the institutions, the diagnosis of the person or the task that needs to be accomplished gets paid attention to over who the human being is and what they're like and what their needs are. And so in some situations, institutions can be very challenging environments for human beings.
Heads Up is essential to our clients because it helps them gain things that they've lost. A lot of them have suffered an accident or a stroke, but most of all, I mean, a lot of the physical exercise, getting people up and moving and keeping them healthy. I mean, that's gonna, increase their life energy, their longevity, and just the way that they feel about themselves as well.
Our part of our mission is to support caregivers, to help them be able to hang in there, keep doing the hard work, and know that they're not alone. Know that they've got partners in the care that they're providing.
Jeremy Foley had his whole life ahead of him when he was electrocuted by a faulty wire at work. A former Navy man, loving husband and father of 2, Jeremy's normal life was shattered at the young age of 24. After completing years of rehabilitation, Jeremy's mother struggled to find support to continue his integration into community life. Finally, she found the Heads Up Adult Day Health Program for people with traumatic brain injuries.
So he was very engaged in, playing and being interactive with his sons. He was always appeared to be a very attentive husband and father. Jeremy took the brunt of the electrical impact, as it were, and to a degree that a specialist, I believe, said that he shouldn't have survived it. He was in the ICU for an extended period of time, burn marks as well. When his wife, came in and he didn't recognize her at all. He had reverted back to about eight or so years beforehand when he was, middle of high school.
She would bring the kids up, and it was just heart-wrenching to, he just didn't understand why he wasn't with them. So it was really difficult on Joy. The end of their marriage wasn't the result of indifference or hurt or any emotional between the two of them. It was, it ended in a second when Jeremy was electrocuted. Jeremy was in an adult family home for 9 years. He had been severely depressed while he was in the adult family home, and he began to be much more alert, to be outgoing, to be a lot more verbal and active and smiling, and I was really surprised. It gives me a sense of ease. I know that Jeremy is safe and that he's well taken care of, and that if anything did come up, there are nurses on hand, the people are trained, they know exactly what to do. So I know he's safe and well cared for.
As Alice Warwick's Alzheimer's disease progressed, her family was no longer able to provide at home. After being bounced around from assisted living to adult family homes, nothing seemed to be meeting her needs. Knowing there had to be a better option for their mother, her children, Maureen and Dawn, finally arrived at Gaffney House, one of Full Life's unique memory care homes. It was the perfect fit.
Certainly the scale of Gaffney House is a really unique feature. A household that serves 14, 15, 16 people, that's an unusual scale. And we have found that scale, it just feels more like a household. It feels more like a family.
She was becoming a vegetable. She was sitting there, for example, at a meal, not even sure what a utensil was, what she was to do with whatever was in front of her. She was not really responsive. It was pretty sad, and we thought that's the path that she was going to be on from then on. But through some medical reevaluation and coming to Gaffney House, where she has people encourage her, her life has just opened up. It's just blossomed. She's reactive, responsive, outgoing, interactive, again. So it's very satisfying.
She said to me, honey, please, please don't let me go into a nursing home, and what's going to happen to me if, and I kept promising her every day, I will always be there for you. You know, you will always be okay. So I had that burden of feeling like, how do I make sure she's happy? And this has been the first time that I don't feel like I have to come every single day, which is really something, because I would feel that guilt. I really need to be there, and no matter if I was doing something else, I dread going on vacation. What am I going to do? Because she's not there, because I was the most able to visit her on a daily basis, and I don't worry about that now, and that's unbelievable.
Christy McClary was born blind with a developmental disability and has numerous other health challenges. This didn't stop her from enjoying the same activities as her peers. She grew up loving to sing, play the piano, and spending time with friends. After graduating from high school, Christy's mom, Julia, was met with the challenge of finding health and social services for her daughter. And after arriving at Full Life, they found a community where Christy now thrives.
Christy was actually born blind, and she's also developmentally disabled. And Full Life helps us with that. Christy developed a seizure disorder when she was 8 years old. So she's been on and off of seizure medication for that. She does have multiple health issues that Full Life is really capable of helping me with. And it's a pleasure to work with them on that, because I know I can count on them.
When we go out, even with strangers, she'll talk about Full Life and what she's done at Full Life. It's amazing. She doesn't care who she talks to. She will talk about Full Life.
Full Life helps her with her social skills and helps her to be flexible when situations arises that, you know, may not happen in a typical day for her.
I think as a caregiver, Full Life is a positive in our lives in terms of it gives us support, give us a rest sometimes from having to be a full-time caregiver, because that's not always possible.
I don't know what we would do without Full Life, honestly, because she's just so happy here, and it's been such a blessing to us that I'm not sure what we would do at this point.
If Full Life was not in a position to do what it does for hundreds and thousands of individuals in a given year, those people would remain isolated, their health would deteriorate, they'd have little or no social interaction with anybody because of their isolation and inability to get around. It's no small matter.
You know, there's this feeling that you get when you help somebody out in this direct way. It creates a feeling of, this is the kind of world that I want to live in.
So we have more and more people in the state of Washington turning age 85 every year, and at that point almost everyone needs some level of support, and particularly for people with Alzheimer's disease, as an example, they may need a lot of support and caregiving in order to live their lives in the community. And we need to be geared up and ready to meet that challenge, and we need the support of individuals and really everyone in the community to help us meet that challenge, because it's really something that we haven't ever seen before in the history of our country.
With your generous support, Full Life will continue to help vulnerable adults remain in the community and live their lives to the fullest. Our mission is possible only because of you. Thank you.